All right, so can you guys see? You can see the whole thing, right?
Yeah, we can see the whole thing.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Number one thing I'm going to talk about is I'm not a doctor. I do not know how to fix you. I didn't create these, and I'm certainly not going to claim anything for you because we just can't do that. The patches work differently on everybody. We did the medical disclaimer earlier. I just want to make sure we reemphasize it. I'm not here to tell you we can fix you. I'm here to offer you technology that's making a huge difference around the globe. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is the LifeWave X39, how it works. Uh, give you a straightforward overview of why this technology works and why people keep talking about it. This isn't medicine, it's not chemistry, and it's not putting anything into your body. It's about signaling, switching your body back on so that it does what God designed it to do. And I absolutely believe that. He created Mother Nature. We might as well figure out what he did with it. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is there's no synthetics, no drugs or medicine enter the body. That's a very, very big deal, okay? Your body uses your own light. So when you're putting night goggles on, you can see the green light around people's bodies. Well, that's the heat, but the heat is being lit up because you have a natural light around your body. So that's why we can see you in the dark. The patches reflect natural light back into the physical body, your own natural light. So kind of think of it as a reflector, reflecting your light back into your body. The minute you put this patch on, the moment you put it on, this, and I'm talking about the X39 and several of the other patches, with the exception of Ice Wave, it starts telling your body to turn on a particular peptide. Okay. So I have one on the back of my neck. As soon as I put it on, it's like a light switch. Now it's saying turn on GHKCU copper peptide. Once that peptide turns on, signals your stem cells, or actually it signals your entire body to wake up in the way that you were formed in the womb, and that's very, very important. The GHKCU copper peptide. I've got these little animations, these little pictures here that I kind of designed. I actually designed them because I'm learning how to use AI for that. But anyway, this here is what your light is turning back on. Once that happens, your stem cell activation explodes. Okay. All these dormant stem cells in your body start reactivating. And that's the nice thing. But when they reactivate, they tell your regular cells, your mitochondria, okay, guys, we're going back to work. So you're basically saying to the body, turn everything back on, ramp up the engine, and let's get this thing squared away. So once your mitochondria, which is a powerhouse of all of your cells, once they're doing what they're doing at maximum efficiency, your body is starting to repair itself. This is the beauty of the technology. On top of that, you have what is called telomeres. Telomeres are part of the chromosome in your DNA. If you can see those yellow tips there, kind of like a pencil eraser. As our cells divide and keep us alive through the next 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 years, those telomeres begin to shrink. That's why your hair turns gray. That's why your skin wrinkles. That's why all of the aging things are occurring, is because that yellow is slowly dissipating to where they're not functioning anymore. What the patches are doing is they're telling your body to turn back on all the things that created you in the womb. And that's where the magic is. And this is the beauty of what this invention is all about. So I'm going to show this little tiny thing here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But this is basically what's happening. Your body is being revitalized the moment you put the patch on. And by the way, you can put the patches on your clothes too. Some people have a reaction to the glue, the adhesive, and I just want to make sure you know that you can put them on your collar. I know two people who are wearing them on their collar right now.
Mhm.
Finally, this graphic right here is really extreme, but I wanted to put something extreme here because I want to tell you how these patches are reversing the aging process. So this is really dramatic. This lady is not, this doesn't happen, but I wanted to show you a person where this actually did happen. This is Marcy. who has become a fast friend. I interviewed her on my podcast. I don't do the podcast anymore, but she had fast growing cells in 2019. She had a double mastectomy. Uh, the whole issue that she was dealing with came back. Somebody gave her 10 patches and she started wearing them. And then the progression of her situation, 2019, 2020, 2023. This is the most amazing woman I have met in 2025. She is a wonderful, wonderful person. And hopefully she's going to be here. Well, I know she's going to be here in January. You're going to want to meet her. But the bottom line to all of this, and the reason why I wanted to show you and illustrated, is these patches are changing the game. They're telling your body to heal itself. Every single body is different, so we don't know how it's going to affect you. I can tell you in closing that I had 3 people this weekend. They put the patches on and had instant relief. But today was an even bigger day. My supervisor on my job, he had 2 surgeries. He's got 2 great big incisions on his back. And I went in and I saw him today, and he's like, he looks like he's half dead because he's not sleeping at night and the pain. And I said, well, do you have pain medication? He said, no, I ran out. So I ran all the way back home because I forgot to put the patches in my car. And I brought him back the patches and actually some of the water. That's another conversation about the water, but that's coming too. That's going to be huge. Anyway, I took him back the patches. I put Eon on his back. I put Ice Wave on his back, and I put X39 on the back of his neck. And I said, let me know if you feel any different. And so he called me, sent me a text message actually, says, what are these? My pain went from a 5 to a 1. I'm
Mm.
not tired. I'm not exhausted. So for me, I'm not trying to tell you folks that these patches work. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm living proof. And I can tell you right now today that my A1C being type 2 diabetes, uh, I was diagnosed about 2.5 years ago, was 6.5 3 months ago. Last week I went to the doctors. I got a printout on my stuff. I'm now pre-diabetic because my A1C went down to 3. So that's huge. And I've been using these patches since really since the beginning of April. So what I want to say in closing is patch up and watch what happens in your body. Thank you for your time.
Good job, Jeff. That was excellent. And we'll go ahead and stop our recording. And just want to remind you, we'll be back here again next week on Mondays and Tuesdays, always 6 p.m. Pacific. And we hope to see you back here.